Hey guys, so I am back with the planners that I'm going to use for 2017. Now, this planner lineup that I'm going to show you has changed, and I guess as we get closer to the new year, it's going to probably change again. But for right now, I think I'm confident in that it'll stay the way that I have it at the moment. So I have four planners in front of me. I have my A6 Hobonichi, I have my A5 Marion Smith, my A5 Kiki K, and my A5 Carpe Diem. And I will kind of go through what I'm using each planner for in the new year. I know I did a video of my overall planner collection, and I kind of discussed how I use these planners, but I'm just going to go over and tell you how I'm going to use them for the new year. So I'm going to start with this one. This is the Mint Kiki K. This is the one from the Uppsala collection. So it's the one with that that pink fabric lining. In my planner overview video, I said that I use this one as a blog planner. It's my blog social media planner. It is also my Hip Kit Club design team planner. If you didn't know, I'm on the Hip Kit Club scrapbooking design team, and whenever we get our projects and like the schedule, I kind of want to put it all here, and so I put it here along with all my blog stuff because I have to deal with a lot of social media and posting and creating things, content for those blogs and everything, so I kind of house all of that stuff in here. I also do a lot of planning in terms of projects that I think of that I want to do. I have a section in the back, like this is all contract stuff, and section in the back where I track my statistics, and like this is a video list, like stuff, like projects I want to do, videos that I want to film, classes that I want to make, all those notes go in the back. So all of that kind of stuff that deals with my blog, social media, the Hip Kit blog, and the Hip Kit social media stuff, all of that goes in here, and I will be using that into the new year. I started it in October, and so it's just going to go into the new year for that. And so that is this one that I'll be using. And I think I'm just going to go through all the A5s. So then the second one is my Marion Smith. This one, if you remember, housed the my Susanna Conway unraveling stuff, and I would definitely leave a link. I'll leave a link down below to Susanna's website. I really like her. I love her blog. I love just all of the stuff she has that she offers, like her classes. I kind of want to take all of them. They're kind of on the pricey side, but like the one class that I took from her was so worth it. I'm still working through it because I think that particular class you can always work through. But I learned so much about myself just doing that course, and like I really want to take one of her photography, like her photo meditations. I think that's her photography course, and her journaling course, and everything. I just love Susanna Conway. I just love her. But I'll definitely leave a link down below to her site. Be sure to check out. She usually posts her Unraveling the Year Ahead workbook, which in my previous video, if you didn't see when I talked about all my planners, it's basically kind of like a goal intention setting, kind of reflective. You're reflecting back on the year. So for this year, I'll be reflecting back on 2016 and what I have accomplished, things that I kind of let go, things that challenged me, like stuff like that. And then you're planning for the next year, or looking ahead. She calls it unraveling. You're unraveling the year ahead. You're setting intentions for the next year and what you want to get done and how you want to see your life unfold and stuff like that. So yeah, every year she does one of these workbooks, and so that's why I keep all of them, and then I keep all of my unraveling. I did her course called Unraveling, and I keep all of my journal stuff here. And so this one is not, I'm not going to use this one on a daily basis. It's more like when I feel like I need to understand something that I'm going through at the moment, or just kind of reflect on certain things that have happened that I either didn't expect to happen, or kind of if I want to review my intentions for the year, I sit with this and just kind of read all the stuff over again and write and add more to it. So that's what this one's for. And then my last A5 is the Carpe Diem. And this one I said that I was using this one in the setup video and in my planner collection video as my memory planner. And that still holds true. I am definitely going to use this one as my memory planner, except I'm going to do it differently. So I've set it up already with like a theme and everything in mind. If you saw the setup video, I'll kind of leave a link to that setup video down below if you're interested in checking it out. But yeah, my intention is to use it as my memory planner. But then I had another planner that I was going to use as like my personal planner, where I jot down all of my appointments and things that I just need to remember that is happening. And that one will be a smaller planner. Like, I try to use an A5 for it. Like, I set up an A5 to do that, and then I sat down and thought about it, and I was just like, I don't have a lot of things that are happening in terms of like appointments and you know, things I need to remember to do, like that. Like, it wasn't like 2015 where I had all this stuff that I had to do. This year wasn't like that, maybe because I traveled a lot, so I didn't have a lot of that, and I don't expect next year to be like that. And if the time comes that it does end up getting really hectic and busy, then maybe I'll like keep a planner for that. But I thought it was a waste. This current year's planner was kind of like a waste, because I didn't really decorate it. I didn't really, because it was just jotting down a few things, you know. And so I'm not going to keep one of those planners. What I'm going to do is, this is going to be my memory planner. So I'm going to memory plan in this one. And memory plan like I do in my, my Heidi Swap that I currently do. Instead, I'm kind of going to utilize this. I don't do birthdays, so I'm probably not going to do birthdays, but like, I always have the important dates that I do have in my memory planner. I just copy it from my personal planner. But in this one, I'm just kind of going to do that. I'm going to put, you know, important dates here. I'm going to put don't forget here. This month, I'm going to put things that I have to do this month. So I'm kind of going to use this one as sort of my personal day-to-day planner, and I'll mark those things up here on the monthly calendar. I'll totally do that. And sorry. And since the layout is a bit different, this layout is different than the memory planner layout. The memory planner layout is set up as like a memory planner, like you're supposed to use it to memory keep. This one is just set up as a regular planner, so I'll probably incorporate, you know, my photos and stuff, but maybe like things that I'm supposed to do, I'll probably jot down, maybe not, maybe like on post-it notes maybe, and jot them down, and then when I go at the end of the week to put everything in, I'll just put in like all those little things that I had to remember to do. But definitely this one, I always start this one when I set up each month. So that will go instantly here, and maybe the important dates will go in here as well. So I was thinking of using this one sort of as my functional day-to-day planner, but also do memory keeping in it. So that's how the function of this one has changed. And right now I have the entire year in here, but I don't think I'm going to keep the entire year in here. I think I'm going to keep like half of the year in here, and then switch it out the half of the year the next. But I'm definitely going to keep all this stuff in here. And I do have a separate pouch that has all the other Carpe Diem stickers. I'm only going to use Carpe Diem Posh stickers, Reset Girl stickers that I found that matched. Just anything that matches the Carpe Diem colors, which I think a lot will, because these colors are they're so bold, and they're kind of universal. That is I'm just kind of going to keep to the theme. So I'm probably going to do a lot of like my hit kit stuff in here as well. But again, I would try to stick to the color scheme of this. So that's what my intentions were, or how they changed for this planner. And I'm thinking of getting another Carpe Diem planner to put the second half of the year in. Like, I've been toying with that idea. I've been lusting over that Reset Girl Ballerina planner, and I'm just like, I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I think I might use it just to house the second half of next year in it. I don't know. That's just a thought, but that's how I'm going to use this one. And then my last one is the Hobonichi, and I just kind of showed you the Hobonichi. I didn't actually explain to you what I'm going to use it for. I bought it because I wanted to try it out. When I was in Japan, I actually saw them in Japan at Loft. It's a really nice, it's a really, really cool store. I wish we had a Loft here. It's not like a clothing store like we have here. We have a Loft clothing store. This one is more like a home good, like it sells like a lot of home stuff, craft stuff, stationery. Like it's kind of like one of those. I don't know if you've ever been to Japan, but there's a store called Tokyo Hands. Um, and that one's also sort of in lieu. It's kind of like a catch-all store. They sell everything, but they have a big stationery section. But Loft has a huge stationery, everything's stationery. And when I was there at the beginning of this year, they had a bunch of 2015 Hobonichis, and I heard of the Hobonichi, and I kind of looked into it, but it was like, not for me. And then I started watching more frequently Miss Vicky B on YouTube. I will leave a link to her video channel below. And she uses a Hobonichi, and she loves the Hobonichi. And I think she uses both sizes. But the smaller size intrigued me. Why? Because you can easily put it in your bag. A5, the other one is A5. I think the cousin's about A5, but not like this. It's kind of like A5 sheet in a bound book. But I really like A5. It is my size. I like doing everything in an A5 notebook or like book or paper. It's just a perfect size for me. The A5 planners are a bit bigger because you have the rings, you have the covers and all the stuff, so it makes it a little bigger. But like the paper size, I really, really like it. But I thought about it, and I'm just like, I'm not going to fill it up how I want to use the Hobonichi. A lot of people use the Hobonichi to journal. Specifically, they use it for like a sketchbook or like kind of art journal, but not really, but like journaling and sketching and stuff like that. And that was my intention. If you didn't know, Hobonichi is a daily planner. And so each page is a different day of the year. And so a lot of people, sketch. They have a sketch for each day, or they journal entry for each day. Some people use it as a functional planner, but I was intrigued by those who used it as kind of like an art journal or like a sketchbook. And I currently have been feeling very uninspired and unmotivated for any little thing, really. And I'm a very creative person, so I kind of like to create to get me out of this rut, but I have nothing. You know how when someone says, oh, I'm nothing. And that's what I've been feeling lately. And so like going into next year, one of my intentions is to art journal every day, or to journal every day. It doesn't have to be art journal. It could be actual writing journal. It's just, I kind of wanted, I absolutely suck at expressing my feelings to people, like just in general, just expressing how I feel. I think my friends know this. I know it. I just don't do it. It's just not, I guess, part of my personality. Sorry. But yeah, but I used to write a lot, and I just kind of stopped writing, and it's just, everything has just sort of been internal, and sometimes it comes out through my art journaling when I'm just art journaling, just art journal, and then I look back, and people, like, when you share it on the internet, they would comment, and it's like, oh my god, I didn't see that before, and that totally relates how I felt when I was working on it, stuff like that. So it's there, subconsciously, all of that stuff that I kind of kept inside, but I don't really like release it. I don't think. I release it in the creative process, but it's just like no one would know that that's what I'm talking about or whatever, because it manifests itself creatively in some form or another. But like I kind of wanted to start keeping like a personal type planner, or just like if something's bothering me, write about it. I don't really do that either. I'm not a diary journaler like that. But that was the intention with buying this Hobonichi, is that each day I have a small space. That's why I got it small, because sometimes, I don't want to talk too much about things, or I don't want to stick too long on something. I don't know. I'm a very, very weird person, but I just kind of wanted a small canvas just to start off on. I was thinking of using it mostly as an art journal with some journaling. I used to do that a lot. I used to art journal and then journal. But then once I started getting into Get Messy, I kind of cut back on the journaling part and just did the art part. And I kind of want to go back to that journaling part with the art part. And so I was thinking, instead of doing like an art journal a day, I would do a spread, which is the 2 pages, on 2 days. So I would take 2 days to work on one spread, and I would keep it for the whole year. My only concern is that this book will get really big if I use a lot of mediums. That's the other thing. I wanted to test out this paper because I heard this paper was like magic. I heard that it took inks very well and it takes watercolor really well, and so I kind of wanted to play around with the paper. My only concern though is that throughout the year it'll bulk up really big, but that is sort of my intention with this one. It's mostly, kind of more personal than any of these planners could be. Like, I know my unraveling planner, it's mostly, I use it sort of as goal intention setting, things that I kind of want to improve on with myself. And so it is sort of that kind of personal. I know my journal in here, my unraveling journal, gets a little personal because I talk about my dad, who passed away 4 years ago, so that's kind of personal, but like the stuff that's going on in my head now is not in here. Most of it's just sort of me reflecting back on my past and how that sort of came together to form who I am now. Usually is most of the stuff that's in here. So it's not, I don't know, it's not kind of like that. To me, like, I don't really mind if my friends kind of read that stuff, because it's, I've learned from it. Like, I'm just like, oh my god, this is the connections that I've made from how I was in the past, or if this moment happened back then to is now. I mean, it's more of like self-reflective. In that case, this would mostly be day to day. So it's like I won't have much of self-reflection until maybe like something happened last month, and then I'm on this month and I write something and I'm like, oh my god, that relates to last month, and you could go back to last month and read it, and then you can have sort of like kind of like a eureka moment in your personal life or whatever. This one will be kind of like a journal, I think. I don't know, I'm rambling right now, but that is my intention for this one. And it's a little different, and I will try my best to kind of give you guys an update on how I work through it, like things that I find that works, and just, my overall thoughts when I start out this one. I'm kind of actually really excited for the new year to come so I can get into this one. And it's good size. I can just toss it in my bag and it can come with me if I'm going somewhere. And that was the whole point of this. So those are the planners that I'm going to be using for next year. I am positive. I was going to use my Martha Stewart Discbound, but then I changed my mind for reasons. It's just, I thought that having a personal planner separate from all of these it was a bit redundant. I was just like, no, I'll just put in all of my important dates and stuff in this one, as well as the memory keeping, because some days in my memory planner I notice that are really slow, and I don't really have much to say, so having all of those things that I had to do, that's something, that I can document. So that is how I'm using these planners for 2017. We'll totally give you an update if anything changes, because, I think as a planner girl, you're always constantly changing out planners because you're trying to find that system that works for you perfectly. And no system's going to work for you perfectly because we are all imperfect and there's no such thing as perfect. So, but, things that can work well for you, I guess. But yeah, so those are the planners. Keep hitting the camera. Those are the planners that I'm using for 2017. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video and my ramblings. And I will leave all those links that I said down below in the description box for you to check out. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.